You ever have one of those days where you just want peace? Nothing fancy. Just you and a cold beer and a squeaky old recliner. Only to come home and realize your whole world's been turned into a circus you never bought tickets for? Yeah, that happened to me. Let me back up a sec. I'm Chris Bryan, and if you ask around the foothills of Colorado, most folks know me as the guy who likes to keep to himself Army vet. Little rough around the edges, maybe, but I mind my own. So after 2 days of hellish meetings in Denver, I'm driving that last bend home. The one where you can finally exhale and know you're almost there, only my gut starts tying knots. And then I see at me own front gate, decked out like Main Street on the 4th of July, only tackier. There's this massive HOA banner, red, white, blue streamers, a sea of balloons strangling my fence posts, and taped across my battered old mailbox, the one that says private property. And no trespassing in giant black letters. There's a happy birthday, Lieutenant Doley sign fluttering in the wind. My porch, my property. You know what I mean? So I park hard and fast, boots hitting gravel louder than usual. And as I walk up, I spot folding tables, tubs of soda, platters of cupcakes, all set up right where I should be having my Sunday coffee. There's even a carpet runner up my steps, like they're expecting some Hollywood premiere. And standing in the middle of the chaos, hands on hips, sun visor and ironed khakis, clipboard clutched like the Bibblethier's Karen Doley, president of the new HOA development down the hill. If you've ever met a Karen, multiply that by 10 and you're still not even close. I barely get out a Karen, not shouting, not friendly, but she whirls around all sunshine. Oh, wonderful. You're here. We were worried you'd be late for setup. I swear, I just stared at her. Like maybe if I blinked twice she'd vanish, but no, Pesh's waving her arms, talking about her son, Lieutenant Mason Doley, just home from duty, real American hero, and how they reserved my space for this event. 100 guests expected, and the city website confirmed it's zoned for recreational use. Yeah, that's what she said. I tell her, slow and careful, like you'd talk to a raccoon rooting through your trash. Karen, this is my house. My name's on the deed. Nobody reserved a damn thing. She gives me that head tilt pity mixed with superiority and says, well, it's unmarked land, isn't it? No fence, no American flag. Honestly, Chris, does anyone even know you live here? And I swear, something inside me just snapped. Years of holding my tongue, of being polite because that's what you do was done. I tell her, you've got 5 minutes to clear out, or I start hauling everything into the road. Her smile cracks. She threatens to escalate, says she already called the city, told them I was a squatter. I go get my folder deed, plat, taxes, proof of ownership. As I walk back, I see her coaching volunteers, acting like she's running a presidential campaign. So I step up and announce to the whole yard, this is private property. You are all trespassing. You've got 10 minutes. Some folks hesitate, but Karen doubles down. He doesn't have authority. We're within our rights. She just keeps talking. 12 minutes later, the sheriff's car pulls in. Karen marches over, finger pointed. That's him. Impersonator. Squatter. The cop, old, stocky, seen everything, eyes, looks at me. Then at my truck. Then at the deed I hand him. Is this your residence? Yep. County records, tax receipts, all of it. The younger cop asks Karen if she has any rental agreement. Not exactly, she fumbles, but she starts spinning some open space ordinance story. The old cop just sighs. This isn't a park, ma'am. This is a house with a resident. She tries to play the for my son, a hero card. The cop just asks, you a veteran? U.S. Army, 10 years. I say. Karen snorts. So now everyone's a soldier? The younger cop starts moving people out. Karen starts hissing threats about the media, about how I'll regret this. I nearly laugh out loud. You mean they'll cover how you broke into a vet's house to throw a party? She's fuming, dialing 911 right in front of everyone, saying I'm inciting a riot. The officer warns her, ma'am, false reports are a crime. She hangs up and starts pacing, and I realize I've hit a nerve. But here's where it gets wild. My friends Rob, ex-sheriff, Ben, retired land lawyer, Anthony, 10 years Army intel pull up, one after the other. Karen tries to square off. You think I'm scared of your army buddies? Rob flashes his old badge. Ben pops open a briefcase with a printout from the HOA's board server. Karen's own emails about proceeding with setup and framing it as a community event because Chris won't cause a scene. Anthony has proof she's pulled stunts like this before: trespassing, boundary disputes, paid off contractors, the works. The crowd split, half back away, muttering, didn't even know this wasn't HOA land. The diehards stay, arms crossed. But then Twist Mason himself shows up. Lieutenant Doley. And the mood shifts. Karen lights up, tries to play it cool. But he holds up his phone. Mom, you CC'd me by mistake when you told Lisa. Chris won't know what hit him. I came to stop this. She tries to brush him off. He won't let her. You used my name as a weapon. Now everyone's watching her, not me. Rob and Ben move to make it official. Crowds melting. Karen spins out, screams at me. You're destroying my son's reputation. Mason steps between us. She lunges, grabs my jacket, tries to shove me, but I don't budge. She just bounces off. Next thing I know, she's being cuffed, shouting threats about lawyers and property seizure. I don't gloat. I've seen enough folks break under real consequences. The only sound is the patrol car door shutting. You'd think it ends there, but nah. Karen doesn't quit. Monday morning, I'm filing restraining orders. Ben's drafting civil complaints. Anthony's digging through public records, finds she's got a pattern. Fake boundary claims, quiet settlements, neighbors bullied into donating land. I get a visit from a slick lawyer in a Mercedes. Let's settle, Mr. Bryan. Off the record, minor damages, just drop the complaints. I say no thanks. He threatens a countersuit for emotional distress. Yeah, right. Turns out the judge assigned is an ex-Marine. That ship sinks before it sails. Then the county inspector shows up. Karen filed a fake report claiming I was illegally grading land. No warrant, no luck. Anthony finds a surveillance mic in my fence post, Bluetooth linked to her house. We file new criminal charges. Rob brings the sheriff, finds a router set up for remote listening, plus blueprints for ideal event seating all over my yard. She'd been casing the place for weeks, planning her takeover like a military op. And then Mason comes back. No uniform, just a hoodie and a haunted look. He says, I want to testify. His own affidavit. She threatened me too. That's the nail in the coffin. The DA's all over it. Day of court, Karen walks in like she owns the building. We've got videos, emails, drone footage, Mason's testimony. Anthony uncovers $4,000 worth of event chairs, charged to the HOA, shipped to Karen's house. The judge's face is stone. Her own lawyer bails on her halfway through. It turns out this was never about a party. It was about power, about theft, about abusing a system to get her way. By Friday, Karen's charged with trespassing, harassment, wiretapping, misuse of HOA funds, and filing false police reports. They arrest her in her own driveway. Her board collapses. The neighbors petition to dissolve the HOA leadership, and they beg Anthony to step in and clean house. He agrees on the condition my cabin and land are legally excluded from all future HOA rules, signed and notarized. Mason, he moves out, gets a job teaching shop at the high school. We keep in touch. And me? I spend Sunday morning on my porch with a hot coffee, watching the sun through the pines. A brand new private Propertino HOA sign planted deep in the dirt. Rifle resting by my side. And for the first time in a long time, nobody knocks, nobody trespasses, and not a single balloon in sight. Funny thing, isn't it? People talk a lot about community, about rules, about what's best for everyone. But sometimes, the only way to keep peace is to stand your ground loud, clear, and with the whole world watching. So let me ask you, where do you draw your line? When is enough enough? Drop your thoughts below. Have you ever stood up to a bully, an HOA, or anyone who thought they owned your life? Let's hear about it. What would you have done? And do you think justice was served? I'll be reading every comment.